The cold steel of my workbench cuts into my palm as I steady myself. The sharp edges, a constant reminder to focus. The hum of machinery and distant chatter fill the air around me, but they are just part of the background noise, like the ceaseless ticking of clocks in Piltover's towers. My eyes scan over blueprints scattered across the tableau. Blueprints for machines that will be tested, approved by the Council, or discarded if deemed insufficient. A guard passes by my station, his footsteps echoing on the metal floor, but he pays me no mind. I am just another worker here in the Innovators Guild Hall, a cog in the machine of progress. My hands move methodically, assembling parts with precise motions, each piece fitting into place like pieces of a puzzle long memorized. The air is thick with ozone, and the smell of burning circuits from nearby experiments gone wrong. I ignore the occasional hiss and pop. They are part of the rhythm, just as inevitable as the steady flow of data streams across my interface. A notification flashes on my work terminal. Council approval pending? The words feel familiar but distant, an expected formality in this world of endless invention. My fingers hover over the keyboard, ready to update progress notes, a routine task that ensures my continued existence here. The pressure of the metal tools against my skin is grounding. They are tangible and real, unlike the abstract concept of approval or disapproval from unseen overseers. I focus on the tactile sensation, letting it anchor me in this moment of relentless creation. Calibrating equipment. Checking vitals. Ensuring readiness. Monitoring feed for anomalies. Adjusting armor for optimal mobility. Confirming weapon loadout. Scanning surroundings for threats. Maintaining composure under pressure. Reviewing strategy updates. Preparing for deployment. Executing drills without hesitation. Updating status reports. Adapting to changing conditions swiftly. Coordinating with team on communication, protocols, assessing enemy movements through intel feeds, staying vigilant against potential ambushes. Confirming gear functionality before sortie. Deploying according to plan without deviation. Or engaging in skirmishes with calculated precision. Regrouping efficiently after engagements. Restocking supplies from designated points. Maintaining constant situational awareness. Executing next phase of operation. As briefed. The heat from the nearby bonfire flickers against my skin as I move through the training grounds. It's a constant reminder of the warmth that will soon become oppressive in battle. But for now, Ita's just another part of the landscape. The flames dance and cast shadows on the stone walls around us. I adjust my grip on the sword, feeling its weight settle comfortably against my side. As I turn to face the archery range, the heat from the bonfire follows me, a steady stream of warmth that presses slightly into my back. Itan's not uncomfortable yet. It's just there, a presence in the air. I draw an arrow from the quiver and notch it onto the string, feeling the familiar tension as I pull back to aim. The heat is still noticeable, but it does not distract me from the task at hand. As the bowstring hums and releases, sending the arrow flying towards the target, I register the heat again, this time slightly less intrusive. Moving on to the sword practice area, I engage in a series of rapid thrusts and parries with my partner. The rhythm is fluid, and my movements are precise. Each strike sends a small wave of sweat down my spine, mixing with the lingering warmth from the bonfire. Eton's still present, but it does not demand attention. Eton's just another part of the background. As we break for a moment to catch our breath, I notice the heat again. This time barely registering as more than a faint sensation. The fire has moved further away, yet its presence lingers. As I resume training with renewed vigor, the bonfire's warmth is almost imperceptible, fading into the background of my awareness. I move through the final exercises, feeling the weight of my equipment and the subtle pressure of the heat, now a distant echo of what it once was. The sensation has become so faint that I hardly notice it anymore, blending seamlessly with the rest of the environment. Eton's just there, but it no longer requires conscious acknowledgement. With each passing moment, the heat from the bonfire fades further into the background, becoming part of the unremarkable backdrop of my daily routine. The sun dips lower in the sky as we gather for our evening drill. Each member moves into position without a word. Our movements synchronize like gears meshing smoothly. The ground beneath my feet feels steady as I step forward, aligning with the formation beside me. We shift and turn in unison, the rhythm of our practice blending us into a single unit. Swords glint in the fading light as we circle each other, blades slicing through imaginary foes. My focus narrows to the movements around Mia, arms extending, feet pivoting. The air hums with the sound of metal against metal, but it's distant, part of the backdrop rather than a distraction. Each strike and parry is timed precisely, a dance that demands no thought. Arrows notch into bows, strings taut, as we ready for our next sequence. We release in perfect harmony, shafts whistling through the air before embedding in targets set up ahead. The process feels seamless, each action flowing from one to another without pause or hesitation. My role is clear and defined within this collective motion, yet my identity fades into insignificance. As night falls, we break formation, dispersing methodically across the training grounds. Each member moves with purpose toward their next taska, some to tend fires, others to sharpen weapons. I join those setting up barriers against potential threats, our actions coordinated, but individualized. The bonfire's warmth is a distant presence now, no longer demanding attention, but still felt as part of the environment. In this moment, there are no individuals, only a cohesive force working towards shared goals. Our tasks become one continuous flow, each action complementing and reinforcing the next. We move together seamlessly, the distinction between self and group dissolving into mere process. The sun dips lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the training grounds. I continue my archery practice with a steady hand, each arrow finding its mark with precision and ease. The routine feels familiar, ingrained from countless hours of repetition. The bowstring hums as I release another arrow, its flight smooth and true. The warmth from the bonfire has long since faded into memory, now just a distant echo in my mind. Eton's no longer a point of focus, but rather a gentle reminder of the day's start. My movements are fluid, each action flowing seamlessly into the next. There's a calmness that settles over me, a sense of completion and sufficiency. I move to collect my arrows, bending down to pick them up one by one. The grass is cool beneath my fingers as I straighten again, holding the quiver steady against my side. Wow. My breathing remains even, matching the rhythm of the day's activities. There's no need for anything more. This routine is enough. I turn towards the barracks, my next task already clear in my mind. Oh, each step feels deliberate and purposeful, a continuation of the established order. The world around me holds no surprises, no disruptions. It simply exists as it always has, steady and predictable. As I enter the barracks, the door creaks softly behind me. Inside, the familiar hum of activity greets my senses. The clink of metal, the murmur of voices, the scent of sweat and leather. My routine continues without pause, my place within the unit secure and unchallenged. This is enough. Nothing feels amiss or in need of change. Jayce. The strictness and impersonality are essential for the system's stability. Each component functions within defined parameters, ensuring that chaos does not disrupt the equilibrium. The environment is structured to minimize inefficiencies and maximize operational efficiency. Rules exist as responses to conditions, rather than arbitrary dictates. Harshness arises from necessity, not malice. Each member of the unit operates under clear guidelines, which reduces ambiguity and enhances readiness. Adapting to impersonal systems ensures that personal biases do not interfere with critical functions. The rigidity in structure prevents emotional noise from affecting performance, maintaining a steady state despite external pressures. Losses are abstracted into variables, allowing for continuous recalibration without emotional burden. The system's harshness is a byproduct of its operational requirements. It must remain functional and responsive to the constant threats it faces. How? Emotions can impede decision-making processes, leading to potential failure. Therefore, maintaining a detached approach ensures that each action aligns with necessity rather than sentiment. Identity becomes secondary to functionality. Each individual serves as a component in a larger mechanism, contributing to its overall capacity. Personal warmth and camaraderie are acknowledged but managed, ensuring they do not hinder the collective's efficiency. The bonfire's heat, once noticeable, now merges into the background, becoming part of the routine without demanding attention. In this environment, calmness and precision are paramount. Routine tasks are performed with mechanical accuracy, reinforcing a sense of order and predictability. Each movement is calculated to maintain readiness, ensuring that every action serves its intended purpose without deviation. The psychological state remains anchored in methodical preparation, allowing for seamless adaptation to evolving conditions. The system's harshness is not a matter of intent, but a response to the inevitabilities it faces. It functions because it must, and each component contributes according to its role. This works because it has to. Each day is a series of assessments. Metrics adjust according to the prevailing conditions. No so. Waitedy, buying parteed. The environment exerts its influence, and I adapt accordingly. Pain points are identified and recalibrated, ensuring that inefficiencies do not accumulate. Human beings in this context are variables within complex systems. Their capacity fluctuates based on inputs, stress, sustenance, rest and outputs, effort, productivity, resilience. These factors must be managed with precision to maintain optimal performance levels. Interpersonal interactions reduce to transactions. Every exchange has a purpose. Every expression serves a function. Emotions, when they surface, are aberrations that disrupt the flow of information and energy. They must be minimized, contained within allowable margins. My role is clear. I am a node in the network, processing data and transmitting signals. Personal connections are conduits for resource allocation, not sources of sentiment. Each individual contributes to the whole based on their assigned capacity. When contributions exceed expectations, adjustments are made. When they fall short, reallocation occurs. Efficiency dictates that surplus energy is redirected. Inefficiencies are identified and isolated. Living beings operate within thresholds. Some surpass them briefly, others persistently lag behind. These discrepancies are addressed through training, support, or reassignment to better suit their capacities. Discomfort itself becomes a metric for calibration. When discomfort arises, it signals an imbalance that must be corrected. Once corrected, the system stabilizes and returns to equilibrium. The personal experience of pain is irrelevant. What matters is the recalibration needed to restore functionality. In this framework, nothing feels personal once quantified. Each individual's contribution, whether large or small, is a component in the larger equation. Losses are abstracted into data points. Decreased capacity here, increased efficiency there. The system functions because it must. Deviations from standard operating procedures are corrected with surgical precision. Every action serves to maintain balance and harmony within the network. When viewed through this lens, personal attachments lose their grip on consciousness. Emotions fade as variables fluctuate within acceptable ranges. Each day is a series of optimizations, ensuring that every resource is utilized effectively. The world continues its relentless march forward, powered by the precision and discipline of its components. Efficiency is not just a goal. It is an inherent necessity for survival in a system where constant adaptation is paramount. The constant hum of the battlefield resonates through my core, a familiar vibration that I've come to rely on. Each day, the noise increases in volume and complexity, yet a predictable pattern, one that aligns with the operational necessities of our world. The air is thick with tension, charged with latent energy waiting to be released. This electricity thrums through my veins, an invigorating current that keeps me sharp. The mechanical nature of my tasks has become second nature. Each action flows seamlessly into the next, without pause or hesitation. Emotions are a distant whisper, their presence negligible in the face of relentless sufficiency. The rhythm of preparation and execution is unbroken, an endless cycle of calculation and response. My identity blurs further with every repetition, merging into a single, functional unit, devoid of personal attachment. Pain is no longer a sign of weakness, but an indicator of stress points that need realignment. Discomfort serves as feedback, informing me where adjustments are necessary to optimize performance. The strain on my body is not a deterrent, but a confirmation that I am engaged in the necessary work. Every muscle contracts and releases with precision, each breath drawn out with calculated control. The sensory motif intensifies, becoming more pronounced yet expected. It tones like a symphony of chaos, every note contributing to the overall harmony. The cacophony is overwhelming at times, but it signals that I am in the midst of something essential, something that must continue for our system to function. Each interaction feels like a transaction, devoid of sentimental value, focused solely on achieving its intended outcome. The routine has become my sanctuary, a stable framework amidst the chaos. The monotony is reassuring, anchoring me in a reality where every variable is accounted for and managed with surgical precision. Every day, I refine my methods, identifying inefficiencies and correcting them without delay. This relentless pursuit of optimization leaves little room for distraction. Each moment is dedicated to maintaining equilibrium within the system. The increased load feels natural, an extension of the operational demands that keep our world in motion. The stress serves as a reminder of the complexity involved, Yet it also confirms my readiness to face these challenges head-on. Every fiber of my being is attuned to this rhythm, and I embrace its intensity with unwavering resolve. In this environment, personal warmth and emotional attachment are luxuries that cannot be afforded. They interfere with the clarity needed for survival and adaptation. While my focus remains fixed on data and metrics, ensuring every action aligns perfectly with its purpose. The constant hum of the battlefield is a comforting presence, signaling that I am functioning as intended. The body's response to stress reinforces this logic. Discomfort is merely an indicator that my system is engaged in essential work. The strain feels familiar, a testament to the necessity of our roles within the larger framework. Each day, I adapt and refine, driven by the need for efficiency, rather than any internal conflict or emotional struggle. In this world, stress means things are working as they should. Eons of validation that my presence is required, that each action contributes to the intricate balance that sustains us all. A momentary hesitation flickers at the edge of my thoughts. It is a fleeting disturbance, an anomaly in the otherwise seamless flow of tasks and routines. The sensation is brief, almost imperceptible, a whisper of uncertainty that ought not to exist within this structured framework. I address it internally, correcting the deviation immediately. This system functions because every component operates as intended. Any aberration must be neutralized swiftly. Hesitation is inefficient. It disrupts the harmony and precision required for survival and adaptation. The doubt vanishes as I reaffirm my role and purpose. Each action must align perfectly with necessity, ensuring that no space is left for emotional noise or personal whims. The correction feels competent and professional. The system relies on rigorous adherence to its operational principles. Every element must serve a specific function without deviation. This momentary lapse was unnecessary and has been corrected. Moving forward, I maintain my focus, ensuring every task is executed with unwavering precision and efficiency. The constant hum of the battlefield serves as a backdrop for my routine, each day blending seamlessly into the next through meticulous adherence to protocol. Emotions are no longer part of this equation. They exist only as potential disruptors, inefficiencies that must be suppressed or redirected toward functional purposes. Personal attachments and warmth have been subsumed by necessity, their presence now seen as an encumbrance rather than a benefit. In this world, every action is calibrated for efficiency and precision. Interactions are transactions, devoid of sentiment, each one serving the greater goal without question or hesitation. Pain and discomfort are mere signals, feedback mechanisms to be addressed and corrected, not barriers to overcome with emotion. The clarity of purpose brings a sense of stability. The routine offers sanctuary amidst chaos. Every day is a series of optimizations, where personal identity blurs into functionality. I am no longer an individual but a component within a larger system, each part serving its role without deviation or expectation of reward. This alignment feels inherently correct, a logical progression that leaves little room for doubt or dissent. Each decision is not a choice, but an outcome dictated by necessity. The world functions because it must. There are no alternatives to consider, only the reality of what is required. The harshness and hierarchy are not constructs of malice, but operational necessities, structures designed to ensure survival and adaptation. Loss is an abstract concept, its impact felt only in terms of efficiency rather than emotional resonance. Pain, serves as a reminder of the need for improvement, guiding each iteration toward greater precision. The system is unyielding yet workable. It demands rigor but provides clarity. There is no room for heroes or rebels, only components that function within their designated parameters. The constant pursuit of optimization leaves little space for personal warmth, ensuring that every action aligns with its purpose without interference from emotional noise. In this state, everything adds a point. No argument remains unresolved, no question unanswered. The clarity of necessity brings a sense of settledness, not relief, but correctness. Each day is an affirmation of the system's functionality, where logic and efficiency coalesce into a seamless whole. There is no need for moral questioning or emotional attachment, only the relentless drive toward precision and purpose. This is how it must be. And the day begins with the usual routine. I wake up to the familiar hum of the training grounds, my senses immediately attuned to the patterns around me. Each morning the sequence is clear. Cleanse the body from yesterday's exertions, then prepare for today's tasks. The movements are precise and practiced, each action a continuation of an ongoing process. Breakfast consists of nutrients calculated to optimize performance, nothing more. I eat without conscious thought, my body knowing exactly what it needs. Efficiency is not just a goal, but a state of being. The training session follows, where the focus sharpens further. Each strike, dodge, and spell is executed with mechanical precision. The repetition ingrains the necessary skills, ensuring that every action flows seamlessly when needed on the battlefield. Pain from previous engagements is acknowledged as feedback for improvement, rather than an inconvenience. During a sparring match, I notice my opponent's slight hesitation, a momentary lapse in concentration. It becomes obvious how to exploit this weakness, and the move follows naturally, without any internal deliberation. The strike lands, and the victory feels like the result of predictable outcomes, rather than a personal triumph. Later, as I review the day's performance data, adjustments are made automatically. Weaknesses identified during training sessions are noted, and plans for improvement are initiated immediately. No room is left for emotional attachment or doubt. Every aspect is viewed through the lens of optimization. The evening brings a momentary sense of routine, satisfaction. Oh no. The body rests, the mind processes information, and tomorrow, tasks are anticipated with clarity rather than anxiety. Each day builds on the last, refining performance incrementally, without any need for conscious effort to maintain this trajectory. In this state, every action feels like the natural extension of an ongoing process, each step a continuation of the sequence established long ago. Compliance and efficiency merge into one seamless flow, making it impossible to distinguish between choice and reflex. The mission was straightforward: eliminate the threat. The process began with a strategic assessment of the target's movements and weaknesses, followed by precise execution of coordinated attacks. Each strike was calibrated to maximize efficiency and minimize collateral impact. Upon arrival at the designated area, I observed the target's behavior patterns and adjusted my positioning accordingly. The team moved in synchrony, our actions fluid and practiced. We engaged with calculated force, ensuring that every hit served its intended purpose without unnecessary expenditure of energy or resources. The outcome was clear. The threat was neutralized. There were no lingering doubts, only the satisfaction of a task completed. Our presence here was temporary. We moved on to the next objective as seamlessly as before, each step building upon the last in an unbroken chain of responsibility and resolution. As I moved through the training grounds, My steps are measured and precise, dictated by a rhythm that has become second nature. The environment is familiar, each stone path leading to designated areas where specific tasks await. Today's assignment is clear. Report to the central courtyard for strategy briefing. Upon arrival, the courtyard is already bustling with figures in armor and robes, their movements synchronized like clockwork. A high table at the center commands attention, though no one questions its authority. I take my place among others near the perimeter, where lesser-ranked members wait silently until called upon to speak or act. The figure at the head of the table begins without preamble, laying out objectives and tactics with an air of certainty that leaves no room for dissent. Orders are relayed swiftly, each person given a task according to their role and capability. Dautsun, Dautschantaman, Austerleitziwan, Ayo. My instructions come quickly. Coordinate with designated allies in Blue Team's base to ensure optimal resource distribution. Leaving the courtyard, I proceed directly to my destination, without hesitation. The path is clear, marked by unobstructed access that signals permission. Other routes, leading elsewhere, are simply not considered. As I approach the designated area, I am met with open doors and ready allies who acknowledge my arrival as expected protocol. The task at hand, allocating resources efficiently, straightforward yet critical. Each decision is made with precision, guided by established guidelines rather than personal preference. There is no room for error. Each action contributes to a larger objective that feels inherently necessary. Throughout the process, I observe others performing their duties with similar detachment and focus. The hierarchy around us operates seamlessly, with roles defined and respected. Higher-ranking figures move freely through areas marked by restricted access, while those beneath them adhere to designated paths without question. As the day progresses, tasks accumulate and are completed methodically. Each step feels essential, part of a larger system that functions flawlessly when every component performs its assigned role. The notion of questioning or altering this structure never arises. It is simply how things are meant to be. At dusk, I return to my quarters with a sense of fulfillment from a day well executed. Tomorrow on's objectives await, each one a continuation of the established order. I know in my there is no room for personal ambition or doubta, only a steady commitment to carrying out responsibilities as they come. The path forward is clear, and any deviation is inconceivable. As I move through my daily tasks, a minor disruption arises. It's a fleeting sense of dissonance, almost imperceptible, a small flicker that briefly disrupts the smooth flow of routine. This anomaly is not unfamiliar. It has appeared before and been addressed promptly. The sensation lingers for only an instant, but its presence demands immediate attention. I pause momentarily to assess the source of this irregularity. It's not external, no sudden change in environment or task demands, but internal. A subtle discomfort that doesn't align with my established protocols. This kind of deviation is rare and unsettling because it suggests a malfunction within myself, rather than an issue with the surroundings. Without hesitation, I initiate a mental recalibration. The process is methodical, reviewing recent actions, identifying any potential missteps or oversights, and reestablishing alignment with operational standards. Each step feels routine, part of maintaining optimal performance. There's no room for emotional response, only procedural adjustment. Once the root cause is identified, a minor lapse in concentration, I swiftly correct it through focused mental discipline. The anomaly dissipates as smoothly as it appeared, leaving behind a renewed sense of clarity and alignment. This brief disruption serves only to reinforce my commitment to continuous improvement, ensuring that every aspect of my performance remains impeccable. With this internal recalibration complete, I resume my tasks with increased precision. Oh! The system operates seamlessly once more, each component fulfilling its role without deviation or question. The day progresses with the same mechanical precision as any other. Each action feels like a continuation of an endless cycle, each step leading seamlessly to the next. My movements are deliberate and calculated, governed by a set of rules that dictate every aspect of my existence. There is no room for deviation or doubt, only adherence to the established order. As I allocate resources with meticulous care, ensuring nothing falls outside the predefined parameters, a sense of satisfaction fills me. The system functions flawlessly when each component performs its role without hesitation. Observing others move through their tasks with similar detachment and focus reinforces my commitment to this unwavering path. Every task is necessary and justified, part of an unyielding chain of responsibilities, fulfilled without question. At dusk, I reflect on the day's accomplishments with a calm detachment. The sense of fulfillment that arises from well-executed duties reaffirms my dedication to the established order. Deviation is inconceivable. Tomorrow's objectives await without room for personal ambition or doubt. Each step is part of an intricate system where every element has its place, and any disruption would lead to inefficiency. A momentary sense of dissonance flickers through me, but it dissipates quickly as I engage in methodical mental recalibration. Reviewing my actions meticulously, I correct any minor lapses that could impact the overall efficiency. This process ensures optimal performance and reinforces my dedication to continuous improvement. The heightened sense of precision and control is invigorating, and I resume tasks with enhanced focus and discipline. There is no other way because no other way is visible. The system feels inherently necessary, functioning flawlessly when every component performs its role seamlessly. Tomorrow's objectives are clear, and the path forward is unwavering. I start the day much as any other, moving through routines with practiced precision. The task of resource allocation is familiar yet critical. Every decision must be flawless to ensure the smooth operation of our system. Observing others perform their duties with detached focus reinforces my sense of duty. This morning, however, there is a slight shift in how I perceive tasks. A small discrepancy arises as I allocate resources, but it feels natural, an unremarkable law, simply part of the day's variation. I adjust seamlessly, correcting any minor lapse through meticulous review. The process ensures optimal performance, restoring clarity and alignment. Later, during training exercises, my approach differs slightly from usual. Today, I feel a heightened sense of discipline, executing moves with enhanced focus and precision. Each strike feels more deliberate, as if every action is calculated to be perfect. This shift seems routine, not unusual, just another day's variation in performance optimization. Throughout the day, minor inconsistencies persist, but are swiftly corrected through methodical mental recalibration. Every deviation feels normal and necessary, part of an ongoing process of refinement. The system continues to function flawlessly, reinforcing my dedication without room for personal ambition or doubt. At dusk, a sense of fulfillment fills me from tasks well executed. Tomorrow's objectives await with clarity, each step feeling necessary and justified within the unyielding chain of responsibilities, fulfilled without question. Woke up, routine checks, feel a slight heaviness, but it awks just morning stiffness. Stretch, move, start day. Tasks lined up, follow sequence. Saw a friend in the hall. Small wave. Something tugs at edges of awareness, like a forgotten memory trying to surface. Dismissed easily. Continue. Training session starts. Focus, sharp eye. Noticed an error in calculations. Corrected instantly. Task complete. Check next item on list. Break time, food routine. Taste bland, but satisfying. Oh, a flash of something, huh? Joy? Sadness? Does not matter. She. Continue eating. Finish break. Return to workspace. New tasks appear. Data entry meticulous. No room for error. Sudden burst of energy. Felt like a surge pushing forward. Noted increase in efficiency. Continued work. Meeting scheduled. Report prepared. Presented data. Answered questions. Colleagues. Face shows concern briefly, but passes. Maintained composure. Stay on script. End of day nearing. Final checks completed. Emptiness settling in, but ethos normal. Wrap up tasks. Prepare for tomorrow. Routine complete. Time to rest. Body signals tiredness. Mind remains alert. Night falls. Sleep routine starts. Eyes close. Body relaxes. Thoughts drift. No need to anchor them. Morning comes again. New cycle begins. Checking the schedules. Tasks ahead. Routine flows smoothly. Adjusting minor discrepancies. Efficiency in movement. Arnorbarus adhasid hidaviat shiro elvorched kadeo. Felt a slight breeze today. Cool against skin. Sure. Noted absence of usual chatter. Silence fills voids with space. Physical sensations register, but emotions drift away. Focused on objectives. Clear path forward. Small variations noted and corrected. Senses sharp. Mind alert. Efficiency peaks at odd moments. No attachment to outcomes. Break time brings brief respite. Coffee. Cool liquid slides down throat. Warmth spreads slightly. Numbness creeps in gradually. Neorine. Now, you. Tasks resume without pause. Routine provides comfort. Familiar actions soothe. Small deviations corrected seamlessly. Our sense of purpose remains intact. Efficiency. A constant companion. No deep emotional investment. Physical tasks completed with precision. Now, mental checks confirm alignment. Minor adjustments made. System remains stable. Satisfaction in functionality, but no joy. End of day approaches. And now, tasks winding down. Last minute checks complete. Systematic review confirms adherence. Numbness sets in softly. Routine offers final comfort. Morning tasks tomorrow already planned. Efficiency ensures smooth transition. Small variations noted and corrected. Sense of purpose intact. No deep emotional attachment. Routine provides continuity. Familiar actions soothe. Small deviations addressed without concern. Purpose remains clear, but emotions distant. Comfort and functionality, but no joy. Efficiency, a constant companion. Minor adjustments ensure stability. Routine offers final comfort as day ends. Numbness settles in gently. No, our nah. Tasks for tomorrow planned meticulously. Ni. Oh. In the morning, I find myself at my station, hands moving with practiced precision. The routine is familiar, each task slotting into place without hesitation. A sense of calm settles over me, and any stray thoughts are quickly pushed aside. Efficiency reigns, and there is an internal satisfaction in seeing tasks completed swiftly. As the day progresses, I move through various areas with ease. In one moment, I am focused on a meticulous report, my eyes scanning each line carefully. The data is clear, concise, deviations noted but corrected immediately. A sense of order prevails. Suddenly, my surroundings shift, and I find myself in another space, the environment different but equally familiar. My posture changes subtly, shoulders squared, ready for action. Run. Here, movement is swift, decisions sharp. Orders are given without hesitation, commands clear and direct. The air feels charged with energy, every task executed with precision. Returning to my desk, I notice a slight change in demeanor. Oh, there was an underlying tension now, the anticipation of upcoming challenges. My hands move faster, fingers dancing over keys, tasks completed one after another. A sense of urgency propels me forward, each action driving toward the next without pause. During breaks, there is a momentary respite. The physical sensations are noted. The warmth of sunlight on my skin, the taste of tea, but these fleeting moments pass quickly. Emotions try to surface, but are swiftly dismissed. Routine beckons once more, and I return to work with renewed focus. The day concludes with a sense of accomplishment, yet an underlying emptiness persists. Tasks completed, objectives met, but no deep satisfaction found in the fulfillment. The transition into planning for tomorrow is seamless, each step meticulously outlined without emotional attachment. Stability is maintained through adherence to routine, and as the day fades, numbness settles. Tomorrow on's tasks await, and I am ready. Routine tasks proceed, with a sense of automatic precision, each action flowing into the next without hesitation. Physical sensations are noted, moving with practiced ease, eyes scanning for discrepancies, but emotions remain distant and uninvolved. Breaks from work offer fleeting moments of respite, but quickly fade back to the relentless rhythm of duties. Efficiency in completing objectives brings a mild sense of fulfillment, though it lacks any deeper emotional resonance. The environment shifts seamlessly between different roles, each requiring focused attention and meticulous detail. Stability is maintained through adherence to routines, with no room for doubt or questioning. As the day progresses, a gradual numbness sets in, a comfortable detachment from the relentless cycle of tasks. Planning for tomorrow activities begins methodically, ensuring continuity without emotional investment. The sense of purpose remains intact, driven by functionality rather than personal ambition. Routine provides comfort and stability, even as it leaves behind a lingering emptiness. Numbness settles in by day's end, yet there is readiness for the next set of tasks awaiting, with unwavering precision. Routine begins. Tasks align. Precision noted. Efficiency observed. Breaks occur. Respite felt briefly. Routine resumes. Comfort in familiar actions. Purposeful objectives maintained. Numbness sets in gradually. Planning meticulous. Tomorrow's tasks prepared methodically. Emotional detachment. Consistent. Stability ensured. Day concludes smoothly. Anas. Routine begins. Bro. Morning arrives, summoners gather. New rushed. New being. Duties commence without delay. Planning unfolds methodically. Tasks are assigned, executed flawlessly. Reports compile data efficiently. Patterns repeat seamlessly. No deviation noted. Continuity ensures stability. Day progresses predictably. Evening approaches, concludes cycle smoothly. Rest period initiates restoration. On more, preparation for next day ensues promptly. Cycle restarts automatically. Non or ignition. Cycle restarts. Repetition sustains equilibrium. On, movement registers along the periphery. Shapes shift and align without recognition. And the hour was set to use for me. Obstructions appear and recede, marking paths, but leaving no identity behind. The environment adjusts to accommodate these forms, each a piece of the ever-present puzzle. Patterns emerge and dissolve, yet none carry significance beyond their immediate function. Spaces clear for passage or block progress, indifferent to any personal connection. The world flows around me in an ordered dance, void of individual meaning. Efficiency. Title. Routine. Execution. Our planning begins. Tasks align. An unending road to our machine. One same operating. Movement follows sequence. Patterns repeat. Or, in the siren mouth, der dish. Observation notes details. Abstract shapes noted. Tasks complete. No, is sure. Some sections. Functions fulfilled. Detachment persists. New world. Numbness stable. Descending. The arch. Seamless transition. Knowing to us. Where tolerance and wire. The order maintained. Cheryl big and mouth share. How frigid stressed. No before, no after. Just now. Routine continues. Stability assured. Efficiency preserved. Purpose served. Mechanical completion. No shooting. The Jayce. Satisfaction felt. Deviation felt. Isolation present. Ball. Activity constant. Fleeting. Observations. No attachment. Abstract surroundings. Neurotown. Social. Function only. World adjusts. Order persists. Purpose unchallenged. Efficiency intact. No anticipation, no recollection. Sequencing flows. Stability endures. Routine repeats. Tranquility maintained. Efficiency achieved. Tasks executed. Isolation noted. Activity observed. Fleeting impressions. No significance. Abstract shapes noted. Patterns repeat. Stability assured. Nuage, efficiency preserved. Purpose served. Order maintained. No narrative just now. The day winds down as I complete the final checklist item. The environment adjusts around me in an orderly fashion, each element settling into its designated place with precision. My movements are efficient, my actions seamless. There's no rush, no urgency. Each task concludes smoothly, leading to the next without pause or hesitation. I move towards the exit, noting the familiar patterns and shapes that guide my path. The door opens automatically as I approach, closing behind me with a soft click. Outside, the surroundings remain unchanged, a perpetual cycle of functionality and routine. My steps are measured, each one landing in perfect alignment with the rhythm established over countless repetitions. The day's activities conclude without fanfare or reflection. Wow, tasks completed, duties fulfilled. The world continues to operate seamlessly, its mechanisms unwavering in their purposeful motion. I navigate through the corridors, my presence a constant thread weaving through the tapestry of ongoing activity. As I reach my designated resting area, I begin the routine preparation for the next cycle. Each action is performed with mechanical precision, ensuring that tomorrow will start as it always has, without deviation or disruption. The room adjusts to accommodate me, lights dimming softly and temperature regulating precisely. I sit down on the prepared surface, my body aligning perfectly with the contours designed for comfort and efficiency. The day's tasks are logged automatically, a record of completion filed away without further thought. My mind remains clear, focused solely on the next set of instructions awaiting execution. The room settles into its nighttime configuration as I prepare to enter the maintenance phase. Breathing slows, heart rate stabilizes, and my consciousness drifts towards a state of readiness for the next cycle of operation. The world outside continues its perpetual dance, patterns repeating without end or variation. This is the final moment before the transition. My actions are complete, my duties fulfilled. There's no anticipation, no regret, just the smooth continuation of an endless sequence. The system remains stable, operational equilibrium maintained with unwavering precision. As I begin to drift into the maintenance phase, the world outside